Kgalema Motlanthe Foundation's Drakensberg Inclusive Growth Forum is drawing to a close today. The event serving as a platform for addressing vital concerns impacting the African continent. It will be concluded by the former president later today. Now, eNCA senior reporter Aviwe Mtila is there and joins us live from there. Now, Aviwe, before we speak about serious matters, I mean, you're talking about issues about social cohesion and strength in diversity, or ongoing topics at gatherings like this amongst academics and political and various stakeholders. But surely these people had to watch last night's game as well. What was it like?
Oh, it was jam-packed, if there is such a word. The plenary here was actually filled. All the screens, in fact, were playing the Springboks versus the All Blacks, and it was festivities afterwards. That unity, that much-needed unity in the country was happening here, actually played out at the Kgalema Foundation Inclusive Growth Forum. Today, of course, is the third and final day, a bit of a delayed start as the aftermath, of course, of that open bar and some of the festivities that were happening here in celebrating the Springboks, but it should be underway anytime. We are expecting the patriot of the foundation, Kgalema Motlanthe himself, to wrap it up just around noon this afternoon. A myriad issues that are being delved into inside here. You're looking at social cohesion. You're looking at how to turn around the state-owned entities. Now we have Maria Day, who's going to be the speaker, looking at the education side of things. Of course, we do know one of the highest budgets in the world going into education, but the results not forthcoming. What can happen? Let's find out from Maria Day. Thank you for joining us at eNCA, but maybe let's get to it. Some of what can practically be done to turn around the status quo when it comes to education.
I think something that I appreciate about the Motlanthe Foundation is that we cannot change the system as it is right now. It's a huge ship. To change the way that it's being steered, it's just not going to happen. So what can you and I and various stakeholders, NPOs, do? How can we collaborate? How can we come together and create opportunities, innovative opportunities to develop curriculum enhancement programs that would support the educators? How do we equip them with tools and different methodologies and pedagogies that create opportunities for them to be creative within the schooling system? And how do we look at the students that maybe have not gone back after COVID into education, that are out there, that are desperately looking for opportunities to grow and to develop skills? And they might not be going back into the system just because they don't have that mental capacity, but for various challenges that they face. So how do we come together? How do we have these conversations? How do we collaborate to look at the various stakeholders and the expertise that they offer, so that collectively we can make a difference and not just have sort of a dripping effect of everybody working individually, but coming together, standing together, as we did for the rugby, standing together for education and creating opportunities from higher education to early childhood development, to even the public sector, the private sector, collaborating and standing together and looking at what are the expertise that they can offer the young adults of today, and entrepreneurs, giving them the support that they need to create the jobs. So that is what we're doing. That's what the conversation that we're having this weekend is. How do we collaborate?
And then what are some of the practical steps, even for the viewer back at home, that they can do just in assisting our education conundrum?
I think look at the needs that are in your immediate vicinities and then call us, say this is what it is that I can do. And even if you're a business person, but you can just share, what are some of the business skills that are required, the soft skills. And I think that is just so important as well. It's not just about academia, but what are some of the soft skills? How do we send emails? How do we create spreadsheets for the young entrepreneurs? And then even for those that you've got some time in your hand and you would like to go to the schools, to the nursery schools, and create reading opportunities, donate books. There's so much that you can do. Call us, get involved, find out where you can plug in with a foundation to see how we can meet some of the needs that we are seeing on the outside.
And then from a teacher's perspective, what can they do maybe differently just to help the learners, better their education?
That is challenging because as educators, they have so much on their plate. It's not just about teaching, it's about admin that comes their way. So I think for them, it's possibly reaching out to some of these stakeholders that are providing curriculum enhancement, that are offering workshops on how you can go about, I think, developing the 6 C's in education, communication, creative thinking within the classroom environment. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to recreate the way that you're educating the student, but taking smaller opportunities of what it is that we can do to make a difference within the classroom. And playing is a big one, and we don't need to teach kids how to play. We just need to create the spaces for them to do that. And then in itself, that creates a learning opportunity.
Thank you very much. Maria Day will be one of the speakers, just delivering, of course, the focus on education there, expecting her to address the plenary, of course, as they look at myriad issues that affect society, and, of course, the Springboks doing their bit to unite society. Expecting the Patriot, Kgalema Motlanthe, to close off just around noon here, where, of course, the third and final day will come to an end.